I'm Mark Reilly from the Limerick Post, and this is the quick sports roundup and recap of all the action that has gone by in the past weekend. This past weekend, Andy Farrell's Ireland team had an historic win in a dazzling display in Dublin in the Aviva Stadium in front of a jam-packed crowd to see off the mighty All Blacks 29-20 in what was arguably Ireland's greatest performance in some time, if not ever. The brilliant display started right from the start, straight through to the end of the game, and completely dominated the visitors from start to finish, which has not been seen by another side over the All Blacks in a long time, if ever. Every man in the squad stood up and showed what they were capable of this past weekend. 1 to 15 were absolutely outstanding. And also coming off the bench, there were standout performers such as Munster man Joey Carberry slotting home very important kicks towards the latter stages of the game to seal the victory. New Zealand will no doubt be disappointed with the result. However, they cannot complain with it. Ireland were amazing start to finish and were fully deserved of winning the game. And if we're all honest, Ireland arguably could have won by more. They trailed 10-5 going into half time, with Ireland dominating the first half, just failing to be clinical towards the try line, to which kind of cost them, and they would have felt very hard done by and unlucky to go in with only 5 points of difference at the half. Andy Farrell will take a lot of pride from this win, and they will now face Argentina in the coming weekend, where they will look to make it 3 wins out of 3 in the Autumn Nations series. Ireland women also had a brilliant result during the weekend with a 2010 victory over visitors USA in their first ever performance and debut at the RDS Arena, to which they did not disappoint and put on a great showing. And it coincides with Ireland's win over the All Blacks to make it a beautiful weekend of rugby for the whole of Ireland. Stephen Kenny's Ireland side once again showed major steps and development in the process and progress they've made under Stephen Kenny so far, as they saw off the challenge of Luxembourg away from home 3-0 in their World Cup qualifier. It was a great performance from start to finish. The first half may have been lacking clinical nature and probably left a bit to be desired going into the half for the Irish side. However, they came out in the second half and put 3 goals past Luxembourg to move third in the group. Shane Duffy opened the scoring, a well-worked free kick midway through the second half, before Ogbene added a second in the 75th minute, before Callum Robertson rounded off the victory with the third goal of the night and to secure 3 points for Stephen Kenny's side. So the campaign for World Cup qualification has now wrapped up, and it finishes on a high for Stephen Kenny's side and his Irish players. However, the hopes of qualification for the World Cup had vanished a long time ago. You can still take a lot of positives from the performances of late and the progress that we're making in terms of the next stage of qualification for a World Cup or a Euros competition. Many positives will be taken into the new year, as the 2022 calendar and beyond for the emerging and ever-improver international side looks a lot more positive than it did 6 months ago or even a year ago. I've been Mark Reilly. That has been the quick sports roundup and recap from all the sporting action that has gone by this past weekend. We will have this segment available to you every Monday, and it is available on limerickpost.ie on our website or on our social media sites on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Until next week, folks, thank you for joining me. I've been Mark Reilly, and that has been the quick sports roundup.